Good evening, friends. I am Dr. Avik Bhattacharya. As you know me, I am a practicing trichologist and medical cosmetologist, practicing in this field since around more than 12 years. I am practicing presently in my own clinic setup in Bagueri, Jonamundi. So basically, today we will just let us discuss some common facts or maybe some uncommon facts also regarding the Q-switch laser. So this is basically nowadays a common practice or a common name in cosmetic field. Everybody just wants to know and everybody rather knows Q switched ndyag laser, Q switch laser. What is that? So this is the machine which is actually Q switched. Rather, the full form is Q switched ndyag laser. It is the technology is termed as ndyag. It is Q switched ndyag laser. So this is the machine. Now, what the machine exactly does? This machine basically used for the purpose of tattoo removal, any pigmentary lesions like birthmark, any kind of birthmark, say tattoos like black and white tattoos, and for color tattoos also, professional one. Again, black and white tattoos are also two different kinds. Like one is amateur tattoos, which can be go to any say for fair or anything in the suburb sides, and any professional black and white tattoos, every tattoos can be removed by this machine. So basically tattoo or any pigmentary lesion can be done. Another thing which is very important presently, you can see in common practice, we have encountered many patients having a problem of melasma. What is melasma? Both sided controversial brown color is depigmentation, or rather brown color is pigmentation, hyperpigmentation over the face, both side, along with some freckles. Freckles is also, you can see some amount of maybe a small brown spots over the faces of some patients. Actually, it is there are some racial responses, some hormonal responses also for that, and mainly for the sunburn, and those who is not actually maintaining the proper daily care regime, skin care regime, having this kind of problem. All these problems can be treated by this Q switched ndyag machine. Okay. Now, what see, just discuss what this machine actually does. That laser, do you know what is laser? The full form is of laser. Laser is not a laser, is a technology. The full form of laser is light amplification of specific emission of radiation. That is the full form of laser. Now let us take what, let us rather think, or let us listen what that Q switched ndyag machine really does. That Q switch laser machine started emission of the laser, which actually any kind of laser, if you see, that laser actually works over some chromophore. Chromophore means the target things. It may be either water molecule, it may be either carbon dioxide, it may be either melanins, it may be either any oxidized blood forms. It works over some chromophore. That chromophore, so basically what actually does that, when laser lights or laser emission comes, the chromophore catches that laser light and helps to reduce, whether if it is laser hair reduction, that actually creates some heat and burns the hair follicle. If it is pigmentary lesion, that laser, it is called photoblastic phenomena. That means the photo which actually absorbed by the chromophore, that again helps to destroy the pigment particles, which rather forms a bigger pigment particle, now destroys into a smaller pigment particles, which can be drained over clearly by the capillary drainage, or sorry, that is lymphatic drainage. I mean lymphatic drainage of your body, that can be drained easily. So all the pigmentary lesions get in a small pigment, that divided into a small pigment, which will drain by your body. So ultimately what happens, it doesn't happen in a single session, or if you expect that a single session will only do beautiful good result, that is not true. Exactly, it will help, but it definitely needs subsequent maybe 4 6 sessions or slightly more, depending upon the conditions of tattoo, depending upon the conditions of the pigment, and depending upon the conditions of the chromophores also. It needs the session numbers to reduce the thing, but it will reduce. But mind the thing that laser is, of course, nowadays it is most talked treatment. Every cosmetic patient comes in our clinic, started talking, I want to do the laser toning, I want to do the laser, all these things can be done. See, these machine have a this is not an expensive machine, but right now there are many expensive machines like 5G lasers, Helios 3, etc. There are different kinds of machines which is exactly very expensive machines, which have a Q switch as well as non Q switch mode also. Q switch mode is different, non Q switch mode is different, but with the same machine. That non Q switch mode actually has, that is free running mode, which helps for laser toning, which also helps to reduce some people skin texture is not good, they are continuously say they continuously started appearing small maculopapular rashes, maybe acne, pimples, all these can be reduced by that free running mode of these lasers beautifully, because this free running mode helps to kill the bacteria, especially the propionobacterium acne bacteria, which actually develops the acne. So all this can be done by the machine. But the main thing, one thing definitely, rather main thing is not, one thing I definitely wants to mention with you people, or rather let you know people, that laser, everybody talked about laser, definitely everybody wants to take the laser beautifully works like laser carbon field. It is another fantastic treatment I'm talking about. Everybody is just wants to take laser carbon field, or it is Hollywood facial or laser toning, whatever you say. Laser carbon field is a fantastic. There is a carbon activated charcoal cream which should be applied, and that can be blasted over that, along with some pigment, blemishes, acne spots, all these blasted, and these can be divided into small fragments, and that can be drained from your body. But all this laser carbon field is totally painless, but tattoo removal, or maybe birthmark removal, or maybe pigmented lesions, or maybe freckles, or melasma treatment, that slightly needs to do anesthesia, because it creates, when laser hits, there's some amount of pain you will feel, and there is also an inflammation. Laser carbon field doesn't have any inflammation. But just last but not the least, I want to say you people that always do a laser treatment, always do any kind of cosmetic treatment, especially the laser one, from a person who is really trained or doing the procedure for a long duration. He has handled many patients. See, all these things is a double-edged sword that can give a beautiful result, but it is your face, mind your language, mind always in your mind that it is your face which you are representing in front of a people always. So this is your face. So always do any kind of procedure, always do any kind of cosmetic thing to a person who is really trained, or have the degree, or is practicing long and have the experience also to handle many kinds of patients like this. Always do the procedure, because these laser machines have another two dangerous types of complications. One is hyperpigmentation and one is hypopigmentation, which you don't rather aware about, and nobody during consultation will tell the thing. So hyperpigmentation is another thing. During when we are going to do the laser, it if the fluence is not proper, it will increase the pigment sensation, it will increase everything, like tattoo will the pigment will increase. In case of say melasma, the color of the melasma is becoming more brown, rather dermal, freckle becoming more brown. Another thing is hypopigmentation, suddenly it bleaches and becomes white, and there is no pigment throughout the portion. So these all are the complication. And last thing is the scarring, which should be always kept on your mind. The scarring is a very bad thing for laser. Always do in a proper proportion, always do in a proper fluence, and all the procedures should be done in a proper trained person who is really trained or have the experience to handle many of patients like this. So Q-Switch India is a very good laser. It helps in pigmented deletion. It helps to reduce the blemishes, pigments, and everything for your acne scar. It helps to reduce your. It helps to remove your tattoos. Another thing I really think that tattoo removal is another a misnomer, or rather eye wash. Tattoo removal 100% I may not think is possible. There may be a ghost shadow present later on, but maybe can be removed in many expensive machines also. That can be varied, but in my machine I have seen there may be a ghost shadow present or maybe removed, but to some extent there may be a ghost shadow present during tattoo removal. So I just conclude my speech that do all these lasers. They are very good machines. They will give a very good result if properly done by a proper person. So always keep in mind that before going to do the procedures, just contact with a proper person. Thank you for watching.